I was walking to my car when my ex's mom stopped me and apologized. I hadn't seen this woman in 3 years, not since her son and I ended our 5-year relationship in the most devastating and painful way possible. She looked noticeably older now, much thinner than I remembered, with dark circles under her eyes that definitely hadn't been there before. Her hands trembled slightly as she reached toward me in the parking lot. "Please," she said, grabbing my arm with surprising desperation. "I need to tell you something important before I lose my chance." Every instinct in my body screamed at me to keep walking and not look back. This woman had publicly called me a gold digger at Thanksgiving dinner in front of his entire extended family. She'd repeatedly told her son that I was beneath him, and that he could do so much better than someone like me. She'd openly celebrated when we finally broke up, posting multiple times on social media about her son finally coming to his senses and getting rid of that girl. But something in her face made me stop despite everything. She looked completely broken in a way I'd never witnessed from this proud woman before. "I was wrong about you," she started, her voice cracking with emotion. "I was so incredibly wrong about everything, and I desperately need you to know that before it's too late for me to say it." "Too late for what exactly?" "I'm sick. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The doctors gave me maybe 6 months if I'm lucky. Probably less." I didn't know what to say to that. Despite everything she'd done to sabotage my relationship and hurt me personally, I couldn't feel any happiness about this news. "I spent years trying to control every aspect of my son's life," she continued through tears streaming down her face. "I pushed away every single woman he ever dated because nobody was ever good enough for my precious boy. But you were different from all the others. You were the only one who actually loved him for exactly who he was as a person, not his family money or his connections or his last name. And I destroyed that completely because of my own insecurities." Tears were flowing freely down her face now, and she didn't bother wiping them away. "After you left him, he changed into someone I barely recognize anymore. He got engaged 8 months later to a woman I enthusiastically approved of because she checked all my boxes. She came from a wealthy family I knew socially, had degrees from the right schools, made all the right impressions at dinner parties. I thought I'd finally won the battle for my son's future." She laughed bitterly at her own foolishness. "That perfect woman I chose for him cleaned out every single one of his bank accounts 6 months into their marriage and disappeared to another country. Left him with absolutely nothing but mountains of debt and complete public humiliation in front of everyone we know." I vaguely remembered hearing whispers about this through mutual friends at the time, but I hadn't known any of the devastating details until now. He's not the same person anymore, and it breaks my heart to see him like this. He doesn't trust anyone at all now, not even his own family. He barely leaves his apartment most days. He lost his job because he couldn't function anymore. The light that used to be in his eyes is completely gone, and it's entirely my fault. I pushed away the one person who actually made him genuinely happy because of my own stupid pride and need for control. She pressed something into my shaking hand. It was a letter, carefully sealed in a cream envelope with my name written on the front in handwriting I still recognized instantly after all these years. "He wrote this to you months ago, but was too ashamed and scared to ever actually send it. I found it hidden in his desk drawer last week when I was helping clean his apartment. I don't know what it says inside, but I think you deserve to finally read it." I took the letter from her with completely numb fingers. "I'm not asking you to forgive me for everything I did," she said quietly, her voice barely above a whisper now. "I know I don't deserve that, and I'm not expecting it. I just needed you to know that I finally see now what I couldn't see back then when it actually mattered. You were good and kind and real, and I single-handedly ruined my son's only real chance at happiness because I was too blind and arrogant to recognize genuine love when it was standing right in front of me." She turned and walked away slowly before I could even formulate a response. I sat alone in my car for over an hour before I finally found the courage to open that envelope with trembling hands. The letter inside was 4 pages long, written in his familiar handwriting that brought back a flood of memories. It detailed every single moment he deeply regretted from our relationship, every specific time he'd chosen his mother's approval and validation over us. The last line of the letter read, "I hope with all my heart that you found someone who loves you the way I should have loved you, the way I still love you, even though I lost the right to ever say those words to you again."